Thinking clearly about absolutely nothing. Alcohol and you. By Victoria de Braga, Quincy Ross, Gabrielle Michaud, and Melanie Lancier. So how does alcohol affect the brain? Alcohol is a drug that slows down parts of your brain. Drinking alcohol can make you feel more relaxed. It can also make it harder to think clearly, make good decisions, and do various tasks. It changes the way you feel. As alcohol enters your body and makes its way to your brain, it begins to interact with your neurons, or brain cells. Let's review, shall we? Your neurons are the cells that process information in your brain. By releasing chemicals called neurotransmitters from the axon of one neuron to the dendrite of another, they change the electrical charge of the receiving neuron, consequently exciting or inhibiting it. If excited, the signal is passed on. Just so there's no confusion, when I say excitatory or excitation, I mean getting excited, and when I say inhibitory, I mean to hold back or restrain. Excitatory neurons use glutamate, while inhibitory neurons use GABA, the yin and yang, for example. These two messengers have contrasting roles. Glutamate begins a wave of excitation, while GABA not only inhibits this flow, but helps to organize and differentiate the results in your brain. So how does alcohol affect these two signals? So it turns out it suppresses glutamate transmission and enhances GABA transmission, so you get less excitation and more inhibition. And because glutamate sites become less effective, inhibition flow becomes slow and only the largest signals can make it through all the necessary neurons in the brain. This basically means you feel less, perceive less, notice less, and remember less. The increased GABA hushes all the background noise, overly fine-tuning and clarifying your thoughts, so you can focus on only one thing at a time. This is why you may have heard that alcohol is a depressant, but inhibition of your neurons is not the same as social inhibition. Instead, it simply cleans up and removes useless activity by getting rid of less significant excitation. Without normal GABA transmission, the excessive excitatory action would resemble an epileptic seizure. There would be no clarity of thought. While drunk, your GABA channels are wide open. Combined with the lack of glutamate, you begin to think very little but with great clarity. It's what causes the momentous attitude of a drunk, often repeating the same idea or proclamation over and over again. Alcohol appears to be particularly damaging to the white matter or hard wiring of the brain, and can also cause shrinkage or retraction of neuron dendrites. This damage is thought to be partially reversible when one quits drinking. So in total, alcohol can change mood, behavior, and general appearance of the almighty organ. It also makes it harder to think clearly and move with coordination. Previous studies have demonstrated that the brains of alcoholics are smaller, lighter, and shrunken when compared to non-alcoholic brains. Exactly how alcohol affects the brain and the likelihood of reversing the impact of heavy drinking on the brain remain hot topics in alcohol research today. Hence the flames. Get it? Now we're going to learn about the effects of alcohol on the heart. Drinking a lot over a long period of time or too much on a single occasion can damage the heart, causing serious problems. These problems include cardiomyopathy, which is the stretching and drooping of heart muscle, arrhythmia, which is an irregular heartbeat, stroke, and high blood pressure. Now we're going to learn about the effects of alcohol on the liver. Heavy drinking takes a toll on the liver and can lead to a variety of problems and liver inflammations, including steatosis or fatty liver, alcoholic hepatitis, and fibrosis. Alcohol causes the pancreas to produce toxic substances that can eventually lead to pancreatitis. This is when the pancreas inflates and its blood vessels swell up and prevent proper digestion. Drinking too much alcohol can increase your risk of developing certain cancers. These cancers affect both female and male. They include mouth cancer, esophagus cancer, throat cancer, liver cancer, and breast cancer. Drinking too much can weaken your immune system, making your body a much easier target for disease. Chronic drinkers are more liable to contract diseases like pneumonia and tuberculosis than people who do not drink as much. Drinking a lot on a single occasion slows your body's ability to ward off infections, even up to 24 hours after getting drunk. Alcohol affects everyone. So does everyone understand? Yes? No? Kind of? Okay, so this might make it easier to understand. So this is your brain, a regular cucumber, and this is your brain in alcohol, a shrunken pickle. Any questions? I didn't think so. One can say people get pretty hooked on alcohol. Get it?